Hello, and a deep, committed welcome back to the English Ladder podcast. If you are listening to this, you are ready to stop translating and start living in English. Today is not a casual lesson. This is an intensive 10-step neural overhaul. We are going to dismantle the old habit of translating and build entirely new direct pathways for English thinking. This episode is designed to take you from a translator to a true fluent thinker. The translation trap, a cognitive bottleneck. As we've discussed, translation creates a cognitive bottleneck. When you speak, your brain is doing three things simultaneously. 1. Formulating the idea, us, L1. Finding the concept you want to express in your native language. 2. Bridging and mapping, translating the words, checking grammar rules, and reordering the syntax. 3. Speaking, L2, finally producing the sentence. This bottleneck is why you feel slow. It's why you freeze under pressure. Your brain is prioritizing the safe, established L1 route over the faster, direct L2 route. The goal, automaticity and direct conceptual links. Our goal is automaticity. We want your brain to link the concept directly to the English word. To achieve this, we need to apply consistent, high-intensity pressure across different areas of the brain. The next 10 stages are designed to do exactly that. They range from simple labeling to complex, abstract argument. Let's begin the 10-step neural overhaul. Part 2. The 10-step neural overhaul, rewiring your brain. Stage 1. Foundational linkage, the 5-minute vocabulary blitz. We start with the simplest, fastest connection. Visual input to English output. Technique 1.1. Environmental tagging, nouns and adjectives. The action. Choose 50 common objects in your daily life. Kitchen, office, transport. For each object, you must instantly produce the noun and one descriptive adjective. Massive example set. Keyboard, black, sticky keyboard. Window, dirty, large window. Mug, warm, ceramic mug. Car, fast, noisy car. Book, heavy, interesting book. Door, wooden, heavy door. Shoe, clean, comfortable shoe. Lamp, bright, tall lamp. Wall, white, empty wall. Phone, cracked, new phone. Goal, this forces your brain to immediately connect a visual stimulus, the object, with its English label and a simple descriptor, skipping L1 completely. Practice this for 5 minutes every time you enter a new room. Technique 1.2. The what's missing game. The action, look at a complex scene, your desk, a shelf, for 30 seconds. Close your eyes and list the items in English. Example scenario, desk. I see a stack of papers, a blue pen, a metal stapler, my closed laptop, and a half-empty water bottle. Goal, it forces active recall of English vocabulary under a mild pressure, time memory, strengthening the L2 link without translation. Stage 2. Dynamic linkage. The action monologue fluency is action-based. We must establish a direct link between physical movement and English verbs. Technique 2.1. Live verb narration, present continuous. The action. Narrate your own actions using the present continuous tense. I am plus verbing. This is your internal commentator. Massive example set, detailed actions. Washing hands. I am turning on the faucet. I am rubbing my hands together. I am reaching for the towel. I am drying my fingers. Making coffee. I am scooping the grounds. I am pouring the water. I am waiting for it to drip. I am adding milk. Sitting down. I am lowering my body. I am leaning against the backrest. I am crossing my legs. Walking. I am stepping over the crack. I am glancing at my watch. I am waving to a friend. Goal. This trains the brain to construct the basic English sentence structure. Subject, verb, object, instantly, making the core of your speech automatic. Technique 2.2, adverb and prepositional framing. The action. Extend the narration by adding adverbs, how you do it, and prepositional phrases, where you do it. Example set. Extension. I am walking quickly down the hall. I am typing carefully on the keyboard. I am listening intently to the podcast. I am pouring the tea slowly into the cup. Stage 3, positional linkage. Mastering spatial relations translation fails spectacularly with prepositions in, on, at, under. This stage builds direct spatial reasoning in English. Technique 3.1, the 3D location drill. The action, take one object and describe its position relative to 5 other things. Use a variety of prepositions. Example scenario, the phone. 1. My phone is on the edge of the table. 2. It is lying next to my keys. 3. The charger is plugged into the wall behind the sofa. 4. I keep it inside my jacket pocket. 5. I look up from my book to check the time on it. Goal, you stop thinking, what is the word for X? And start thinking, how does the position of X relate to Y in English? Stage 4, temporal linkage. The time machine drill. Fluency requires effortless shifting between past, present, and future. Technique 4.1, the tense triple. The action, choose a simple verb, e.g. to read. Narrate 3 simple sentences using that verb in the past. Simple, present simple, and future simple immediately. Massive example set, tense triples. To read. I read a long article yesterday. I usually read for an hour at night. Tomorrow I will read a new book. To finish. I finished my lunch at noon. I finish work at 5 p.m. every day. I will finish this task soon. To drive. I drove to the store this morning. I usually drive a small car. I will drive my brother to the airport next week. To teach. The tutor taught me well last session. He teaches math at the university. He will teach a special class in the summer. Goal, to establish automatic connections between the concept of time and the correct verb form without referring to the grammar rule in L1. Stage 5, emotional linkage. Labeling the internal world complex fluency requires expressing feelings and abstract states directly in L2. Technique 5.1, the instant mood register. The action, set a reminder on your phone to go off 7 times during the day. Each time it rings, immediately describe your mental and emotional state in English. Use nuanced adjectives and adverbs. Massive example set, nuanced feelings. I feel slightly frustrated with this difficult problem. I am deeply content because the sun is shining. I feel intensely energized after that good conversation. I am mildly anxious about the meeting later today. I feel a sense of profound relief that the deadline is over. I am utterly exhausted but feeling purposeful. Goal, this prevents the L1 thought, e.g., the exact word for frustrated in your language, from getting there first. You are training the brain to reach for the English equivalent of the feeling. Stage 6, auditory linkage. Intensive shadowing and rhythmic drill. This stage uses auditory input to train your mouth and ear simultaneously, actively preventing the translating brain from interfering. Technique 6.1, the 15-minute flow state shadowing the action. Listen to a clear native speaker, like this podcast. Repeat instantly, focusing only on copying the rhythm, pitch, and speed. The rule, if you miss a word, keep going. Do not pause to translate or correct. The goal is to keep your mouth moving and your ear listening. This forces a motor skill connection. You hear and repeat, bypassing the cognitive center used for translation. Technique 6.2, intonation mimicry, focusing on emotion. The action, repeat short phrases, focusing on the emotion in the speaker's voice. Example set, intonation practice. Are you absolutely sure? Rising skeptical intonation. I can't believe it actually happened. Exclamatory surprise tone. We need to wrap things up. Falling, professional, final tone. That's a terrible idea. Strong stress on terrible. Goal, to connect meaning and emotion directly to the sound pattern of English, rather than mapping the emotion back to L1 first. Stage 7. Abstract linkage with the internal debate. Abstract concepts and complex ideas are where fluency often breaks down. Technique 7.1. The pro-con argument, internal monologue. The action. Choose a simple abstract topic and argue both sides internally, using only English transition words and connectors. Example topic. Should we have a 4-day work week? Side pro. I strongly believe that a 4-day week would increase productivity. Furthermore, it would improve employee well-being, consequently reducing burnout. Side con. However, I must emphasize that this structure would not work for all industries. Moreover, some essential services require full-time coverage. Therefore, it's not a universally applicable solution. Massive connector set to practice. Therefore, consequently, furthermore, however, on the one hand, on the other hand, in addition to, in contrast. Goal, to train the brain to use sophisticated logical structures directly in L2. Stage 8, corrective linkage, error awareness, and bypassing. This addresses the inevitable moments when you forget a word. The skill is to keep speaking. Technique 8.1, circumlocution and descriptive language. The action. Practice describing a noun you intentionally cannot name. Example scenario, forget the word kettle. Instead of pausing to translate, say, please use the metal object that boils water for tea. Example scenario, forget the word remote. Say, can you pass me the device we use to change the TV channel from a distance? Goal. To train your brain to quickly find an English solution, description, when a vocabulary gap appears rather than retreating to your native language for the answer. This is a hallmark of true fluency. Stage 9. Contextual linkage, scenario simulation practice. English thinking under stress in specific, realistic settings. Technique 9.1, the 3-minute role play. The action. Imagine a high-stakes scenario and rehearse your lines internally. Massive example set scenarios. Job interview. Rehearse answers to tell me about your greatest weakness and why should we hire you? Complaining in a store. Practice phrases like, I am dissatisfied with this purchase. I would like a full refund immediately. Negotiating a price. Practice. I appreciate the quality, but my budget is significantly lower. Would you consider meeting me halfway? Goal. To automate the vocabulary and formality required for specific, common L2 situations, making the language retrieval instant. Stage 10. Complete integration. The full English day. Challenge. This is the final demanding step that brings all 9 stages together. Technique 10.1. The English-only barrier. The action. Choose one full day, e.g. a Sunday, where you commit to a strict English-only internal monologue. The rule. If an L1 thought enters your mind, you must immediately reset the thought and restate it in English. You must also consume only English media. News, podcasts, music, video. Goal: to saturate the brain with L2 input and require L2 output for all cognitive processes, proving that the new direct neural pathways can sustain you for an extended period. Part 3. Final consolidation and commitment. You now possess the complete 10-stage program, a truly comprehensive set of techniques designed to permanently rewire your approach to English. Remember, achieving this level of fluency is like building muscle. A single massive workout won't do it. It requires daily, consistent effort across various muscle groups. Your commitment. The Daily 40. I want you to commit to spending 40 total minutes per day engaging with these techniques, broken down as follows. 1. Morning, 10 minutes. Focus on stage 1, labeling, and stage 4, tense triples, while getting ready. 2. Midday, 15 minutes. Focus on stage 2, action monologue, and stage 5, mood register, while walking or working. 3. Evening, 15 minutes. Focus on stage 6, shadowing, and stage 7, internal debate, or stage 9, scenario simulation before bed. By applying this structured pressure daily, you are confirming to your brain that the English pathway is the faster, more useful route. The clunky phase is normal. Your first English thoughts will be simple, perhaps even embarrassing. That's fine. It means the new L2 pathway is forming. When you skip the translation, you are winning. When you describe a forgotten word instead of pausing, you are winning. Keep climbing the ladder. Be patient with your mistakes, but be relentless in your practice. Thank you for joining me for this intensive episode. This is the English Ladder Podcast. Now choose your first technique and start thinking in English. Bye for now.